Well, my dear friends, here we are. We're just hours away from the penultimate episode of The Bad Batch Season 3, the second to last episode, episode 14, Flash Strike. It's going to be on the shorter end of things, and we have a new tease from executive producer Jennifer Corbett. As always, she has her finger on the pulse of what the fandom is talking about, and it appears as though she's come across various fan theories, the ones we've spoken about, the ones across Star Wars social media, and she has one message, using the famous gif from The Last Jedi, which was also in the trailer for episode 8. This is not gonna go the way you think. She says so many Bad Batch theories, but apparently it's not what we expect. And as often is the case with recent Star Wars projects, not just the sequel trilogy, our fan theories are often very off the mark. We speculate and make deductions about the certain predicament from the recent episode, but so often they take us by surprise. And so even though we know in the next couple of episodes the Batch is going to face stormtroopers and arrive on Tantiss, in terms of consequences, no one knows. Now this isn't the only thing she shared. She also posted a much more cryptic tweet, and it's the choice of GIF that has fans theorizing maybe she's suggesting in the last episode next week, Tech might still be alive. For those not familiar, in the scene from Lord of the Rings that she used, Gandalf sacrifices himself during a battle so the other heroes can escape. This happens towards the end of the first movie, but Gandalf is resurrected and found to be alive in the next installment and is even more powerful. So this could be a message of foreshadowing for one of the current members, or confirming a fan theory that someone is coming back. But it could be more surface level. Fly You Fools is referring to something we saw in the teaser trailer, and so I think we're in for a very action-packed episode. Let's wait and see. And while I'm sure the creators have some really epic things planned for the final 2 episodes, something probably very bittersweet, this is not going to go the way you think is a very strong message. And I love when they throw us a curveball, so with so little time left, I'm not sure if there's time to address the clone CX2 and his true identity. I can't speak for this week's episode, but there have been some theories that the last one next Wednesday, The Cavalry Has Arrived, doesn't refer to our heroes, but instead clones that are still in Imperial service. The Emperor sets it up so the clone resistance and troopers who are loyal to the Empire kill each other off. A way to get rid of the clones for good. Imagine if The Cavalry Has Arrived refers to both our heroes, including maybe Rex, but also Imperial retaliation. And one thing I keep hearing over and over again is that Vader is going to come to Tantiss at the end and do his thing, clean house. I don't see this happening. I don't think we need Darth Vader in this show, but I don't think we can rule anything out. I always find this thing very interesting when the creatives know what's going to happen and they see our theories, they know some bits are right, some bits are wrong, and so we're dying to find out. So tomorrow, my dear friends, look out for my full episode breakdown. It's going to be fun. Now, even though I don't think we're getting any Darth Vader in this show, there is an Easter egg many fans missed in Season 3, Episode 3. Before Palpatine departs Tantiss, he tells Hemlock that there are those within their own ranks who believe Project Necromancer would be an abomination, and that's why it needs to stay a secret. Now, the word choice sounded very familiar, but it was an unusual choice of words, very Sith-like, because the word abomination is an article of faith, and we now know that the person Sidious was referring to was Darth Vader himself. In the Vader comics, Darth Vader discovers some of Palpatine's experiments and labels them, you guessed it, abominations. Darth Vader said, "They are abominations. This is heresy." And then Palpatine replies with a smirk, "You forget who is master and who is student. It is your duty to learn what I know. It is my duty to learn what there is to teach." And it's no secret, despite Darth Plagueis' obsession with midichlorians, and in spite of Palpatine's projects, the Sith code forbids blending of science with the Force. And there's a good reason for this. The ancient Sith dealt with Force cults, who attempted to duplicate the Force through scientific methodology, a threat to the power of the Sith. Palpatine is disregarding Sith code because all he cares about is himself, acquiring as much power as possible. And it's often been wondered by fans if Palpatine sought to use Anakin as a future host, intending to transfer his essence into Anakin's body. But the Bad Batch has now revealed this is not the case, and Vader was always just a servant to Palpatine. The affection he showed Anakin while grooming him was just a facade. He was just a mere tool, and the Bad Batch is starting to show us the scale of the Emperor's work. One character I'm very interested in learning more about is Dr. Skolda, who is now on Omega's case. In the next few weeks, my dear friends, and I'm going to wait till after the Bad Batch finishes, I've got a relatively long video essay I think you're going to love, one I've been working on for a long time, which focuses on the nitty-gritty and the evil that existed at every level of the Imperial regime. I think you're gonna love it, because it should be said the scale of Palpatine's plans was absolutely immense, and what is shocking is the extent he would go to for that power. I don't know how the Bad Batch is gonna end, but it would be fantastic if we got more Palpatine and saw how he deals with what's gonna happen on Tantiss. I would say I'm expecting a dark ending but hoping for the best. I would love if Rex arrives with some of his other men to liberate the prisoners on Tantiss. This could very much bring the series full circle, because the Batch in the first season saw themselves as a cavalry helping regular clones, regs, often believing they were better than them. But imagine if there's a dire situation where Rex and some of the other regs are the ones who help the Batch. And as we head into the last 2 episodes, I truly believe the Bad Batch is channeling some of the best of Disney Star Wars. For example, fans have drawn parallels to the episode from Andor, One Way Out, in a similar way that Kino Loy, Melshi and Cass helped to break out the prisoners from Narkina 5. Omega has laid out the plans to help the younglings escape. But just like Kino Loy said, I can't swim, and stayed behind, is there a metaphorical I can't swim for Omega? Is she gonna have to sacrifice herself for the young kids? I hope not, but that would certainly be an unexpected twist. Watching Omega with the other Force-sensitive kids on Tantiss look out for guards, testing out the walls for a passageway, and planning their escape makes you think of the Narkina 5 arc. Poignant, tightly written and paced, and emotionally charged. That is what we want in the last 2 episodes, and some think Henry is already helping them escape. Did she bring those picks, the tray of metal picks, deliberately because she knows Omega is crafty and knew she was going to use them? I think there might be something to that. Let's wait and see. Star Wars is always best with a good prison break. Andor was not the first time, but there definitely seems to be a pattern, and I'm here for it. And credit where credit is due. The writers have proved all of the Omega haters wrong. Those who were calling her whiny in the first season can't say the same about the second and third, but especially in the most recent 3 or 4 episodes where she's really grown up, turning herself over for the greater good, planning an escape, being daring, not shy, and staying calm despite being a prisoner. The opening scene on Tantiss in the most recent episode demonstrated that. She wasn't pacing in her cell, she was asleep, sat up, and when the opportunity came, she seized it. I'm hoping she survives, so we can see what she becomes. But what do you guys think is going to happen in the last 2 episodes? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you, always.